Alright, and welcome to, God, I think our second video tutorial. Man. Alright, in this tutorial we're just going to do a basic gun flare. So you can look at the screen here. Just got me, because I have no friends, sitting there, shooting a gun. And what we're going to try to do here is make this. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, well, you know. That's what we're doing. So, you want to go ahead, scrub through. You can use the switches up here. Those aren't up there. You can just go window, preview. Alright, so we are now scrolling through. And, where you want to find a spot right where he starts to kick back. So, boom. Right there. And I have some things here, like a muzzle flare. You can just get these offline really quickly, so it's not an issue. Just search muzzle flare or muzzle flash or really anything with the word muzzle in it. And you're going to try to line it up, move around here. Line that up at the tip of the gun, hit S, scale it down a little bit. Boom. So right now I have that. And a little bit of smoke's already in the muzzle flare because this is a video muzzle flare, which I've actually already had. So boom, boom, boom. So not that difficult right now. But right now, as you can see, there's no reaction to the world kind of around it. So that is that's a serious issue. Boom, and the flare keeps on going right there. And we might want to color correct it. So go over to Effects and Presets. If that's not there again, Window, Effects and Presets. And we're going to go to Curves. Drag that on. And here you can go to RGB maybe. I'm just going to bring the alpha up rather. A ton, and then I can go a little more to tint. And amount to tint, we can maybe scale down a little bit. But we want to keep things pretty black and white, because, you know, that's how I see things. I was going to show you a muzzle flare, but you already saw one. So right now, that's what we have. And that's okay, right? That's decent. Except the muzzle flare stays on screen for 1 frame. Hit the frame head. Oh. It's a 1 frame muzzle flare. Right, we gotta go to right click, time stretch, and we could probably set it to like 50, so half of the original time. And this way, it's just a little quicker, and we can have maybe a little bit less on-screen time of the muzzle flare, because the more it's on screen, the faker it looks. Go back to time stretch, maybe even like 20 or something ridiculous. So that's that. Boom. Alright, now we're going to go ahead. Shut that off. And we'll maybe rename this to rename footage. Just right click, rename. Okay, there we go. Now double click on that. Hit Command D or Control D if you're on a PC. PC. Okay. Sorry. You can go up to the pen tool up here, or just hit G on the keyboard. And what you want to do is try to outline the parts that would light up due to the muzzle flare. So maybe a little bit around the hands there. Actually, we'll go hit M. M. Oh, that's not working. Here, hit M. Sorry. M's on the footage. And just set that to none. And that we can really see what's going on. Maybe mask out. Maybe get like the ellipse tool here. And just get a huge part of the background in there. And maybe a little bit of the shirt. And that should be pretty good. Maybe that case right there that I probably should have taken out of the shot. Alright, so it looks pretty good. If we select this, we can see all the masks. Now we're just going to go up to, set that one back to add, go up to mode, go up to add, that way. And if you bring it above footage too, it will light things up. So you have your masked out footage, so your muzzle flash on top, your lit up footage on the bottom, and then footage too. So now we're going to go to our lit up footage, which is the mast out, and we're going to go right to where the muzzle flare begins, hit Command Shift D, and then just delete the back part there. That way it's not there, and then it is there. And then, this part gets a little tricky. Zoom 1 frame ahead, zoom 2 frames ahead. Command Shift D again. Delete the last part. So we have a 2 frame light up, which you guys are probably like, what are you doing? But we're gonna, first of all, hit M, select all the masks, hit F, and just feather it out a ton. And that way, it lights up, but it's not so distinct. It's still lighting up, but it's not so edgy as if it were, you know, back to 0 there. Back to 250, okay. So now, muzzle flash goes off, light goes off, and then light shuts off abruptly. We don't want that shut off abrupt. We're going to do some keyframing. So we're going to hit, go down, go back up. Close the mask, go into transform. Make sure at the beginning of the muzzle flash, hit the stopwatch, go 2 frames ahead, bring it down to 0. So let's think about what happened here. We're at 100% now. We go down to 50%. It's a little bit less light. If you notice around here, the light starts to fade out. See that? Some nice fade right there. So if you go back, you have this. That's all pretty good, you know. Just add some finishing touches. We're going to go to glow. It's going to be down here, stylized glow. Just drop that onto, god damn it, your muzzle flare, I guess. And that, now you're going to be like, what the hell, that just looks like fire. But we can go down and make the radius a little larger. That will give it a much more lit up part over there versus, you know, how it was earlier. You see that? More blown out. More of a muzzle flare kind of look. And we're just going to go frame ahead. And probably just, ooh, what am I doing? 1 frame ahead, so frame 10. Command Shift D. Delete that. You know, and you can also just, if you want to, just grab the edges of these clips to shorten them. But, boom. That's what we have so far. Boom. 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 And now is one of the harder parts. And that's smoke. I mean, I've always found smoke very hard to make it look good. We have that. And we're going to go back into Finder here. And if you're on a desktop, you don't have Finder. So, that's kind of annoying. For you, we're going to go to Wisp, I think. Open that up. Boom. That's what we have right there. That little thing. Drop that into our composition. And, yeah, we have that on. Okay. Sorry about that. Muzzle flare again. Smoke. Take the wisp. Drop that on top. And if we double click on it, we get, maybe, boom that up. We just have a poof. So we're going to bring that to the beginning of the muzzle flash. Maybe cut off the first couple frames, because those do not look real. And they don't fit, they don't blend well, so boom. Maybe, yeah, that looks fine. Composition. Rotate like that, I guess. Yeah. And maybe V that into place. And scale it way down. Hit T, bring opacity way down. Maybe even bring it under the muzzle flare. So, it's pretty sweet. It's boom. 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 And we'll probably rotate, oh gosh. We'll probably rotate that up a bit. T again. Yeah, that opacity is far too high. You just want something there so people know that smoke is there. See that? That's good. So if we zoom in, hand this out, we have, boom, just a little bit of smoke that we can all see. You know, which is really nice. Alright, now for the hard part. And you guys are like, what? So, I'll try to make this, I'll try to explain this very well. We're going to do some pretty advanced painting right there, because usually this gun blows back to there, so, you know, that noise blows all the way back to around here. The top of the gun will blow back. So what you're going to want to do is go to footage 2, I think, yeah. Duplicate that and bring that and do double click on it. Hit this little stamp up here, clone stamp tool. Double click. And now you have this circle. Now what does that mean? It basically lets you hit Alt, click, and then start painting. And as you can see, that brush over there will start painting here. So it basically allows you to take these pixels over here and bring them over here. So it's really... Alright, now we're going to do one of the more complicated parts. And that is painting this gun out just for this frame, though. So we're going to take footage 2, duplicate that. So we have footage 4. I'll make this one the paint layer. Boom. Alright, Command-Shift-D. Boom, there. Go forward a frame. Command-Shift-D. Delete that. So now we just have this. And we're just going to take this part of the gun and move it back. So go to this little guy. Big guy, I guess, I don't really care. Paint this out. And move it back to maybe like there. And then take paint layer, hit M, F, feather that out a little bit. So we kind of get fake-ish motion blur right there. And that's all great. This went back, except now we need to paint out the front. So we're going to go to footage 2, rename, oh, not that, sorry. Command D, duplicate, rename, god damn it, rename to probably masked out a wall. I don't really know, I don't care. We'll take the pen tool again. Maybe take some of this wall. Oh gosh. Make sure you have mask out wall selected. Mask out some of the wall here. And take that. Hit V on the keyboard to get to this tool. And maybe even just like move that up a little bit. Hit M, F even, so it's not masked out at all. And that's looking pretty good, except this whole bottom part of the gun is supposed to stay there. So we're going to go to footage 2 again, duplicate that, rename it to gun belly. I'm not a gun expert or anything, okay? I'm assuming it's called the gun belly. Don't laugh, please. I have a low self-esteem. Kind of. Okay. Boom. Mask that out. Go to gun belly V. Move that forward to about there. Move gun belly in front of masked out wall. That's kind of... And hit M, F. Feather that out again. So now what we have is here. And this looks terrible. This just looks disgustingly awful. But it doesn't matter because you only see it for one frame. And actually we gotta go to gun belly. Go forward a frame, Command Shift D, delete the back part. Go forward a frame, Command Shift D, delete that. Only the masked out wall. Command Shift D, delete that. Command Shift D, delete that. So right now, this is how it looks. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's annoying. But you see what we have there? We have a pretty good blowback effect. And also a pretty good, you know, if you really look for it, it's there. But if you look at anyone's, it's there. Unless they're good at After Effects, which I am not. So that's a pretty good muzzle flash right there. And if you wanted to do bullets ejecting, we are also going to do some of that. So we're going to go up to Finder. Again, Action Essentials is just... I love it. And I would show you how to do your own shell in a computer animating software, or here in After Effects. But we'll save that for another tutorial. We'll go 8mm slow, perhaps. Open that up. Okay. I'm not a gun master, but that does not look like it came out of a... Nor is that. We'll try a 45 caliber? Alright. That will have to do for now. Just go ahead, drop that in. 45 cal. Bring that here. That looks actually not bad. We're going to scale it down to like that size. Maybe a little bit larger. Rotate it so it could be coming out of the gun if we had put real effort into this. Right about there. Go ahead, maybe 2 frames. Take it and just drop it out of the frame. I'm sorry, we didn't keyframe it. Go back to the beginning frame. Go to here. Hit P. Hit that little stopwatch right there. Go 1, 2, maybe 3. And just drag that off the frame in that direction. Take these 2 handles and bring those maybe up a little bit. Give it that arc that things have. So right now we got this. And if we stop right here, maybe. That looks just terrible. You can see it's not blurred at all. So you actually go up, hit this button, allow motion blur. Go to the 45 caliber. Toggle switches and modes, or F4. And, wow, that's really blurred, actually. If you can see. If you can even see it. It's that. I'm going to go to Command K. This will probably not happen to you, because I was doing this scene earlier where I needed a high shutter angle. But yours should be pretty much at 100 and look something like that. And kind of fly out of the gun. So, boom, boom. Alright, there you go. That is a gunshot tutorial. Please tune in for some other tutorials. I'll see you guys later. Peace.